context on my adult journey. I was a mother before joining the industry and was blessed to become a mother while in the industry as well. So I feel like I can offer a very unique perspective on parenting and how it relates to being within the adult industry.
How do you find a harmonious balance between your work life and your family life?
Maintaining a harmonious balance between my work in the adult industry and balancing my work within my home with my family is of utmost importance to me. When I first joined the industry and I spoke with other parents, I was told that it was essentially impossible to balance these things, but I was determined to make sure that I could have enough time for my family and my career. One of the key aspects that I use to balance this time is by using an app called Asana. Normally, this is something that people use to stay on task with their job, but I find that it helps me be able to switch quickly between my work commitments and my family commitments. This level of organization has helped me achieve so many of my dreams and goals, both personal and professional, and I really believe that it's a game changer.
What part of your daily routine do you absolutely refuse to give up or compromise on?
One aspect of my daily routine that I absolutely refuse to give up and will never ever let go of is my me time. During this time, I reconnect with myself mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. Starting my day with this mindful practice of showering, journaling, practicing yoga, eating nourishing meals, and really taking that time to connect with myself and no one else really becomes a source of strength and clarity throughout my day and throughout my life. This time reconnecting has allowed for me to be clear-headed and allows for me to make the best decisions for my personal life and my professional life as well. In a world that can sometimes be chaotic and very, very demanding, especially when working online, this time really allows for me to be my own person regardless of the other labels that other people assign to me. So that is why I'll always hold this part of my day with the utmost respect and determination to ensure that it happens every single day.
In what instances have or would you ever open up about your profession with civilians in your community?
When it comes to sharing my profession with civilians, I'm honestly very forthcoming about it. But I would say that I provide details depending on the situation. I've found that because this is such a huge aspect of who I am and what I do, that you can't truly know who I am as a person if you're unaware that I am an adult model. I've had an extremely pleasant surprise where almost every single person that I've spoken to regarding my career is very supportive. And if for some reason they're not supportive, they are very open to listening and end up being supportive at the end of the conversation. They work through their own biases and judgments and realize that there's no reason to judge someone based on their career. Ultimately, I found that being forthcoming about my career has allowed for me to develop very deep, genuine connections with other people that are from a different background from me. And I wouldn't change that transparency or these relationships for anything.
As a parent, have there ever been real-world instances when you were impacted by social stigmas based on your occupation or industry?
Yes, I have definitely encountered a few instances where I was being judged based on stigmas and stereotypes that there are about the industry. Being a parent has made these situations even more complicated and frustrating when you're dealing with them because of how delicate it is that you need to respond. One of the most memorable incidents to date was something where I was wearing some Playboy merchandise where I'm a part of Playboy Center. I wasn't thinking anything of this and was soon approached by a woman that was very triggered and angry with me about my outfit, mentioning the Playboy logo and telling me that it's not appropriate for me to be around children wearing this. This woman went out of her way to try to make me feel as though I was less than for the fact I was wearing a Playboy logo, assuming that I had some type of immoral compass because of clothing and my job that I do. It's important to note that she had no idea what my job is and she was solely judging me based on my outfit and the fact that it was a logo that represents an adult company. In that situation, I took a big deep breath to maintain my dignity and my composure while addressing the obvious misogyny and other issues that were coming up from this woman being triggered by me. I personally use each of these instances as a way to teach these people that you cannot treat others as though they're less than because they live a different lifestyle from you. Unfortunately, it doesn't always stick, and in this case, it did not resonate with her. But I personally felt better after sharing this experience with her and explaining that this is not how you handle things when it comes to dealing with adults or people that have different opinions from you.
What does a typical school lunch consist of?
If you're connected with me on OnlyFans or other platforms like that, you will see that I am obsessed with cooking. I love making delicious meals and I love making them look really good and delectable. That's why when it comes to school lunches, you see me get super creative. My favorite part about my school lunches that I make is that I am creating bento boxes to acknowledge and honor my children's heritage. For me, a typical bento box is a delicious protein, a fresh and cooked veggie, alongside a common fruit and a more exotic fruit. Something new. Sometimes this can mean that it's sushi rolls, mini sandwiches, nigiri, or rice balls alongside a really delicious dessert. I personally enjoy rasgulla. I find that by incorporating a wide variety of foods, I can expand their palate, allow for them to have a more cultured and worldly experience, and it's a small way to connect with them and show them how much I truly love them by the effort and care that I put into their meals.
Expectation versus reality. What's one truth about parenthood that you would tell your pre-parent self?
If I could go back and share one piece of advice with my pre-parent self, it would be that you already know what you're doing. Trust your own intuition and never allow for other people to sway you from what you know and believe is best. And lastly, the time truly flies by. It's so hard to be present in the day-to-day when it can seem overwhelming, but really make that extra effort to set your phone down, engage with them, make sure that you're making it a priority of yours to spend time with them. This time goes by so quickly. It's oversaid, but nothing can capture how quickly they grow up before your very eyes. So my advice would be make sure you prioritize quality time. There's no going back and connecting with them when they're young. There's no going back and building these relationships with them. You are the way that they navigate throughout the world. And when you connect with them truly and see them for who they are, you can have a lifelong impact on them that will allow for them to impact others in such a positive way.